Yeah, man, it's June the 13th, 2023, and I want to just give you guys a little bit of advice. I want to talk about what's been going on with my targeting with this broadcast stuff, and just give you guys my take on it. So, torture is like a big thing when it comes to this level of targeting with remote neural monitoring and broadcast. And it's just really painful, and it's psychologically, it's very difficult to know that they're hurting you the way that they are, that it's literally killing you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it other than risk your life and your future to do something very drastic. And so that's what we're really faced with. And then even if you were to make that decision, it's very difficult to exactly know even how to go about that. You may know some gang stalkers. You may know who's behind your gang stalking. But it's very unlikely that the exact people that are doing broadcast stuff and actually on your channel doing their live streams, talking, attacking you with broadcast, they're probably associated. In my situation, they're very much associated with a particular group of gang stalkers, and the person that's behind the targeting in general, the person who I believe has possession and control over my neural monitoring. But these guys that are on my channel, like, I never knew them before. I do know some of the gang stalkers from this group, and I do know who has my neural monitoring overall. But the exact guys who are connected and using broadcast to physically attack me, I don't exactly know who or where they are. I just know the general group and the general area, the associations. And I could get pretty deep with that. But to do something drastic, it would just be so crazy, man. Here's what's going on today. Okay, many times today, they've been attacking my heart with broadcast, which I feel like is attempted murder. They've been attacking my right foot, which is something that they consistently do on a daily basis to cause physical disability. Another couple of things that they've been doing with broadcast today is attacking my eyes and attacking my abdomen area. All right, and then I can just constantly feel their broadcasts moving around my genital area like I'm being molested. There is sometimes when they penetrate into the flesh area, and it starts to feel like typical broadcast torture, like electrical shocks and internal burning and stuff like that. It's a very difficult thing to deal with. And since the government is doing nothing, since you can't rely on the government to stop this genocide, then you're on your own, and we're on our own together, I guess. So there's a few things that you should know. All right. One is a lot of what they do can be unraveled on the internet and on computers. So if you get rid of your phone, if you get rid of your internet accounts, it won't stop them, not at all, not even a little bit. It's satellite broadcast with nothing else required, okay, other than them accessing the internet to be able to control all of the different settings and the connections and stuff like that. But if you get rid of your social media and you get rid of your devices, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage because you're becoming isolated, which is what they want, and you're becoming basically you're just kicking yourself off of the main stage and leaving yourself a 0% chance to win or to ever even come close to some sort of resolution to save your own life. Another thing I want to mention about the torture is they broadcast in my mouth a lot. And they've been doing that. They started doing that pretty persistently in about 2017. So it's been about 6 years now that they've been broadcasting in my mouth. And it's going to make my teeth all fall out. It really is. And it's already too far down that process. And at this point, they're always in my jaw and in my chin, and I think they're actually trying to deteriorate the bone structure to make it difficult for me to even get some implants or some sort of solution to having teeth that are all going to fall out. And my teeth aren't rotten. I just don't have any gums because broadcast has been melting away my flesh for 6 years. Every single day they broadcast in my mouth. And a few other places on my body that they consistently attack, and you can start to notice over the years the permanent damage that they've done to your body. And so it's literally a mutilation, torture situation with broadcast. Now, I don't know why they feel like they want to do this. I don't know what their problem is. Obviously, they've got some mental disorders and some desire to abuse, harm, and kill people. It's like fun to them and people are sick. So I'm not going to waste my time to try to understand their psychological disorders and their sickness. Okay, but what I am going to do is I'm going to try to make sure that everybody knows what's going on, and then I'm going to fight every day to defeat them. And this is what you're up against, okay? They can attack you very severely and hurt you with broadcast. Now, if you're public and you've talked about it or documented it well enough, public or not, it's very difficult for them to just do something that will just kill you, okay? They want to be able to hurt you and eventually get rid of you before you become a problem for them, but they can't make it obvious. So we have this slow, persistent, daily torture eating away your organs and your, attacking your heart and trying to make your teeth fall out and attacking your bone structure and doing all of this stuff with essentially a microwave broadcast. And it's like a very low power level, something that's just like these hologram broadcasts are just out of the visible light spectrum. So I'm certain I could feel the heat on my body in places where they're attacking. And I'm certain that certain types of cameras would be able to show a lot of good evidence. The real thing that you have to start learning is about computer stuff, whether it be really all, okay, but programming, database stuff, all the different computer languages. And you have to learn about like application development, web development, and network protocol in depth, like network forensics, okay, all of that stuff. So if you became like a master at Wireshark and you could build your own social media applications, integrate it all in together to some thing that you're building and using all the different APIs or just all of this different stuff. With social media is a big deal, okay? Google is a big deal. There's a lot of different things you can learn about Google and get very knowledgeable about Google and how all of that stuff works with there's a lot of different layers and levels to Google and Facebook and devices in general, Androids and Apple stuffs, and all of those things. You could be a user and you could know how to use them real good with every setting you could find in the device and all of that. And it's not going to help you. You have to learn how to do more. They can go into the user interface and into your operating system and just modify the user interface and make settings disappear or add themselves some settings. And they're using virtual machines hosted on our machines. They're creating custom, Facebook apps and different things with Meta and Google, where they've got our stuff integrated into their stuff, and hosted on local hosts on their own servers, and a lot of ways that they hide neural monitoring on virtual devices, and they all have like hosting accounts and stuff like that, and they're just passing around this knowledge. It's not something that that each of them had to just learn all of this stuff. We have to learn all of this stuff, because I promise you that is the number one way to defeat gang stalking and to get your neural monitoring, to learn about all of that stuff and start to dig into everything, not just digging in and looking, searching, not even knowing what you're finding, but actually taking the time, starting from the beginning and learning about coding and the internet and devices, operating systems, and being able to get into all of that stuff. If you can't get your iPhone jailbroken and you can't work with the developer side of these social media platforms, and if you can't do all of that stuff, then you'll never find what they're doing. But it's all hidden in plain sight, and they do whatever they want to. And Meta and Google and Microsoft and Apple and these type of companies, I'm certain that in the future there's going to be huge class action lawsuits about mind control and hacking and neural monitoring stuff. But right now, the only thing that you can do is try to hurry up and learn as much as you can, and try to stay as healthy as you can, stay hydrated, stay healthy, eat right, and try to learn as much as you can to solve these problems before they literally kill you and destroy your human body, so that you can carry on in life. They want to have you physically disabled, and ultimately I really believe that they want to kill me, but they want to do it slow enough where it's not overwhelmingly evident that I died from broadcast attack. I really believe that. I believe that it is attempted murder every single day. These guys that have been on my neural monitoring every day for 5, 6, 7, 8, even 10 years, some of them, and they don't stop. They'll never stop. If one thing I can count on at this point is to know that they're never going to stop, because they haven't stopped this so far. If you can sit on somebody else's neural monitoring, waste all your days for 10 years, I mean, it's what could be worse than that? In my mind, like prison. Prison's like the only thing that could be worse than sitting there on mind control all day, every day for 10 years. But apparently they love it. And I think in a lot of cases what you're dealing with is a bunch of idiots and abused people that became abusers. Like serious abuse. They'll literally destroy your body, and they don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care. They only care about not getting caught and getting everything they can out of the situation on the way. And it's almost like they're trapped in this deal, but they can't be that intelligent, because they'd love to connect to somebody that's more intelligent than them. That's how it stays interesting, because they're receiving your neurological processes, your thoughts and everything else, and the way you think of things. And if they're not that intelligent or less intelligent than you, then it can be interesting for them to be connected with you for a decade. And they don't care that I say it all the time, you're never getting this day back. You're never getting this day back. And I don't think they care. And the guy Marcus on my channel, he used to say, I'm never getting off your channel. I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. Right? And I believe he really would. I believe he really will. He's still today. And he's been on my neural monitoring since 2013. And he became out loud about it, bragging, talking trash over broadcast since like 15. And not just him, a whole bunch of them. But he's a very consistent gang stalker on my channel for a decade. And he doesn't care. that he'll never get these days back. So I can count on one thing. They're not going to stop. So I have to try to be as healthy as I can and take care of myself as much as I can. It's scary because they attack my heart and stuff like that. And I'm like, they're always in my neck, all up in my neck with broadcasts, always in my mouth and getting in my eyes. And I don't see as well as I did just a couple years ago. And, a lot of times I'm limping around because they're broadcast attacking my feet and stuff. And I can't move like I was moving not even that long ago. And it's because of broadcast torture. It really is because of that. And I think that if I had the money to go see a bunch of specialists, the best doctors in the world, I believe that they could look into my foot and my knee and, even in my mouth or my gums and stuff like that and say, yeah, this is from broadcast torture, exposure to broadcast waves. Is what they would be able to say. Because I can tell that there's permanent damage that doesn't fix. It's become a permanent injury due to broadcast torture. So you're really in a race, right? They want to kill you, but they want to do it slow enough that it's not obvious so they don't get caught. And you are trying to learn enough to destroy them and defeat them and get your neural monitoring before they can kill you. That's really the game here. That's really the game here. And I still stand by every man has a right to defend, every human, every living thing has a God-given right to defend their life by any means necessary, including violence or death, whatever it takes to defend your life, to make sure that you're not the one that dies if somebody is trying to attack you in a way that can kill you. If your life is in danger, then you have the right to take somebody else's life who is trying to take yours. And it's called self-defense. It's called self-defense. So, I hope it never comes to anything like that. Sometimes I wonder, if there's even any other way. And if there's not, then how do you really go about that? When people are attacking you from their own homes, wearing a mind control headset, controlling a broadcast and physically penetrating your body, places like your heart, where it's definitely killing you. It's definitely taking away your physical capability, ruining your body, stealing your quality of life, and stealing your future. So how does that work? How do you defend yourself from somebody that's somewhere else using broadcast to attack you? And if you did defend yourself somehow, would it be justified as self-defense? I believe it should be. Would the government see it that way? Probably not. So we're really in this race to learn about computer stuff mainly. The second option is light spectrums and electromagnetics and things like that. And I think you should probably know a little bit about that kind of stuff, physics, those type of things too. You could start today. Go online to FAFSA, FAFSA, and fill out a FAFSA form and get federal student aid, and then go to a local community college that doesn't cost that much, and you'll find out that you're able to pretty much go for free. It might even give you some money back, and that's not talking about a loan. It's not a loan. It's called a Pell Grant. And pretty much if you live in America, you can get that as long as you don't make more than about maybe $75,000 to $100,000 a year. You'll be able to get a Pell Grant to be able to go to college for free. Do that even if you work. Take a couple classes each semester and start the process. We have to start learning enough to be able to understand what's really going on so we can defeat them. All right, that's all I really got to say about it. It's a race. Learn as much as you can to be able to defeat these evil people, all right, and to hold them and whoever else responsible accountable before they kill us. Thanks for watching.